Vanities are a super cool aspect of any video game, and PokeMMO is no exception. There are a lot of different cool cosmetics that you can use to customize your character, creating your own iconic look. I know, at least for me, whenever I play games, creating your own little iconic look is a very important aspect. I think it's a fun way to, show off your personality or kind of like your style in game, and it also helps differentiate you between shiny hunters, PvP players, money grinders, old players. There are so many different words that can be spoken through just simply what cosmetics you're wearing on your character. And so today I just wanted to show you guys, and mostly for new players, a really cool tool that I use to plan all of my outfits in PokeMMO before purchasing them to make sure that they're all going to match, look good, or match my shiny Pokemon follower. My name is Young Cabbage. Make sure to subscribe for PokeMMO content, and let's get right into the video. Now, I'm sure as most of you are aware, if you go into the GTL or the gift shop, you can pretty much search for any vanity and get a quick little, preview here. Like, let's say I wanted the gray werewolf mask. I could click on it. You can go to the trigger animation, shows you the cool little howl that it does. I actually really think that's pretty cool. You can see it running, walking, fishing, out of battle, see what it would look like on your trainer card to other people, other than like the behind sprite here. However, that is all. It's cool and all, but at the same time, you can see I still have the Unity cape on. I still have the ghostly lantern, and all the other cosmetics remain the same, making it a little bit difficult to tell if, oh, will the gray werewolf match, the hex cloak. I don't really know. Obviously, it's not going to in this case, but just for the sake of the video, it's hard to tell what vanities are going to match simply by just hovering over them one at a time. So the tool that I use, and the tool that most players should be familiar with by now, is actually going to be PokeMMO Hub, which if you guys have not heard of this, you need to check this out. This needs to be in your bookmarks immediately, because not only does it have stuff for breeding, Pokédex, egg move calculators, cosmetics helpers, berries, archetype counters, GTL investments, but so much more. So it's a very, very vital and useful asset. But today we're going to look at specifically the cosmetics helper. So now if we click on the cosmetics helper here, you can see that it pulls up this menu and actually shows all of those sprites, so you don't have to toggle through them at the same time. So simply what we can do here is we can keep it, let's go windswept, right? That's the hair that my character has. We can go ahead and make it orange to match my hair. Let's go a little bit darker than that. And then what we want to do now is start planning the outfits that we want, or that we have, been interested in, to see if we can find cool combinations. For example, I know that the land snake hat is one that I'm going for on my PvP alt account, so let's try to build an outfit for that. It's this really silly Dunsparce vanity that I really, really like. So let's see if we can build a fun little outfit for it. Now, I know for the back, I did see somebody rocking an outfit that initially made me want to get this cosmetic, so we're going to try and replicate that here. We do have, the Shadow Bone Club, because the blue can match the blue on top. We can do things like the Hex Cloak, I believe, or I think it was the Poncho. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Poncho, just because that one matched the best, if I remember correctly. You do the blue Poncho, and then that matches the blue. And then simply, I think for the shirt, it was the bee costume. But as you can see, I'm just going through and selecting all of these cosmetics. And now we have a pretty silly and pretty fun character design before we even start purchasing anything. You can also go and check the GTL investments and stuff like that for the prices of these. Then you can pull up a spreadsheet and you can actually write down how much it's going to cost, which we can actually do right now. So this is gonna be kind of an unedited, simple like guide, but I do think that it's going to be pretty valuable. So let's go ahead and pop this out here. Now, one thing as well is you can actually, in this case, obviously we're gonna do Dunsparce, but you can actually search here for a different Pokemon follower, so that way you can compare it to what you look like on your outfit. You can see here the Dunsparce matches super well, right? Obviously because it's a Dunsparce vanity, but if you wanted to, you could click shiny too to see if you can match the shiny vanity. Or, like if you wanted to match your shiny Dawn fan, you could go through and try to, maybe you change your poncho to this cool brown color or something to try and match that character. So there are a lot of fun different ways to use PokeMMO Hub, but this one has easily been my favorite. I do think that it is very, very useful if you are a new player wanting to plan a cool outfit to earn, or you are a veteran player that's just trying to, you know, like me, match an outfit with the PvP cosmetic you're going for. But now that we know roughly what we want to do, let's go back to PokeMMO Hub on a different one, and let's pull up the GTL investments. Obviously, we know that the land snake is going to be a randoms PvP reward, so we're just going to leave that at 0 yen. It is going to require a good amount of grinding, and I'm planning on making a video about those cosmetics coming up here probably this week. But for the sake of the video, let's go here. We can go check out the poncho. Now, you can click poncho here. It'll give you a little preview of the item, and then it'll give you the market chart. We'll give it a second to load. And as you can see here, it pulls up this entire graph of the price of the ponchos that have been listed on the GTL. Okay, so for example, if we go here, we can go all the way to the right, and we can see that as of right now, there should be 7 items on the market, and they're going for roughly 2,200,000. Okay, so now we can simply pull up PokeMMO to confirm that. So we can go to item listing, we can clear this, and then we can go to poncho. Now, one thing to note too is different cosmetics. Some are colorable, as you guys know, and if they're green, they can be purchased in the gift shop in the bottom right here. So we know if we really wanted to, we could go here, go to back, scroll down, and we should be able to find the poncho right here for 1,000 reward points. So if you guys wanted to, of course, you could, you know, get more reward points and pay for it with actual money. Or if you wanted to just, you know, simply grind out the Pokemon yourself, it's looking like it's going to cost you a little bit, somewhere around 2,200,000 is the average. But let's go with the cheapest if we were just going for this, right? For the sake of the video, we're going to type 2,149,099. Okay, so now we've got that poncho done. Let's go back to the cosmetic helper right here. So now that we know what how much the poncho is worth and how we can purchase it, simply click back on items, go back to our main page. Okay, Shadow Bone Club. Now I do know that this one was pretty expensive, so take this outfit with a grain of salt. This is going to be a veteran player grind for the reward. However, we should be able to afford this with a good amount of grinding. I know I'm getting into multiple account Lepa farming, so that's pretty exciting. And as you can see here, it gives you this little, this cool little chart. This is crazy. I remember whenever it was like 15 mil and I really wanted to buy it, and then I was stupid and I didn't, and look how much it's appreciated. So now if we take a look at this, it's looking like it's going to be around 27 mil. So let's switch back to PokeMMO. And let's go to the Shadow Bone Club. Obviously, you guys could just search this, you know, all on the GTL if you wanted, but I'm just kind of giving you the long roundabout way, just so that way you guys can see how I personally do it. All right, so we see here we're going to go plus 27, 925,000, right? All right, so we're already at 30 mil. This is going to be an expensive example, but again, you guys should be able to see the point I'm trying to make at least. Now, if we go back to our PokeMMO Hub screen, we're going to click on items, go back and check. Okay, now we needed the bee costume, and it looks like this is going to be the last vanity. And so we're going to click on the bee costume, and as you can see, that's kind of funny. Somebody tried to sell it for, is that 45 mil? That's a joke. So as you can see here, it looks like the bee costume is going to be pretty affordable, coming in at 950,000. So let's go ahead and swap back to PokeMMO. Let's go bee costume. Oh, look. And if we wanted to, it looks like clean 1 mil. Again, this is a great example of why you use PokeMMO Hub and PokeMMO, just to double check that your prices are going to be correct. So that way you don't have any surprises. So now we're going to go plus just a simple 1 mil, which brings our total to 31,074,999. Obviously, that's very expensive for getting into the game. However, if you're a veteran player, that should be something you can save up for and afford if you really wanted to make that happen. Again, keep in mind for the Dunsparce hat, you are going to need to do PvP randoms to earn this reward. It is in the randoms store right now for summer, so go check that out in case you are interested. But that's just basically the bare bones of how I plan my outfits. And then what I have done, and something that I heavily recommend, I actually have a separate account that I use as kind of like my PokeMMO bank account, which is kind of funny. It did used to have close to 10 mil. However, I spent 7 of that on a Ditto breeder for my shiny Combi. But as you can see here, you know, we've got the gingerbread outfit. We can go to my bag. You can see I have, you know, like 1,300 heart scales, a vitamin pack. We've got rainbow quills, all my apricorns, my legendary lures, all my vanities that I'm saving, so that way I forget about them. Having a separate account is going to be a really, really helpful asset to you as you try to save money in this game, because one, you're going to be able, if you're doing Lepa farming, you're able to use this separate account, and two, it actually, at least for me, helps me save more money, because if I have a ton of money just sitting in my account, you kind of feel wealthy, you feel comfortable, you lose more of that hustle. And so sending money over to an alt account just to hold your money, so that way you forget about cosmetics until they spike, or so that way you can just save up towards your vanity reward goals, is a very, very smart move in PokeMMO, in my opinion. So make sure to create an alt account is going to be my biggest suggestion here. But regardless, that is going to kind of cover everything. If you did enjoy this video and you thought it was helpful, let me know in the comments. I'd also love to hear about what costumes you're going for. You can either post images on my Discord of what you've made on PokeMMO Hub, or you can just comment down below what vanities your goals are for. But regardless, thank you so much for watching to this point. Make sure to subscribe if it was helpful, like the video, and stay tuned for more PokeMMO content.